Women's Day. May marks Women's Health Month. This is a time to encourage women to take control of their health and to prioritize it. Today we are diving into a topic that is arguably not discussed enough. Menopause. I, of course, am joined by our panel. Renee, Cheval, Arlene, unfortunately couldn't be here, but she is with us in spirit. I want to start with a quote from Oprah. Oprah calling menopause the big M. She says you can't outrun it, out-earn it, out-exercise it, or outfox the big M. The menopause train is coming no matter what. So why do you think that menopause is not more widely discussed among women in society? Why do you think that is?
I don't know, but I'm so willing and ready to always talk about it. I've experienced menopause in my 40s and I'm in my 50s, and every time I went to the doctor, I would tell her, hey, I'm having hot flashes. I am experiencing menopause, and she just did not want to hear it until I was aggressive in my request. And she did this panel to check hormone levels, and voila, there it was. And so I don't know why we're not talking about it. It's not something that we do. It's what happens to us. And so we should be bringing much awareness to the idea of menopause.
I agree. You know, some women may not even know if they're experiencing that perimenopause period, you know, going into menopause. So the symptoms can be confused with something else. And if the doctors are not familiar with it, we hear and have read that it's not an extensive training with a lot of the physicians. So it needs to be talked about so that women can know what they're experiencing and not being mislabeled or misdiagnosed, and can get treatment as Chevelle needed to do.
So women make up more than half of the U.S. population, right? Here we are dominating the population. And I thought this was so interesting. New York Times writer Susan Dominus, she wrote an article about menopause last year. Unexpectedly, even surprising to her, the article went viral. It was one of their most read articles of the year, and it was about how menopause has been misunderstood by doctors and society for decades. And she says, quote, this struck me, there is just this feeling that older women are not treated with respect and care. She talks about invisibility. She talks about shame that surrounds the word menopause, how it can sometimes be at the butt of a joke as well. What do you think about her quote and her thoughts there?
I mean, it's sad to hear that, only because it's not something, it's a part of life. It's a part of being a woman. It's a part of our transition as we mature in life. So it's unfortunate that it's been looked at that way, yeah.
And we just have to take charge of our own health and be our own advocate. I didn't misunderstand what I was going through for anything else. It was these hot flashes, and they're so hot, and they come from within. It could have been nothing except menopause. And so I was screaming it from, you know, the top of my lungs until my doctor finally heard me. And so we should really be talking about this, sharing, because women learn from women, right? And we need to just put it out there. It's not something we're doing to ourselves. It's what happens to us naturally. And I might add that it doesn't happen to all women. Because I have a friend of mine in her 60s. She's like, I have not experienced any of that, Cheval. And I can't stand her for it.
This is an important conversation.
It is.
Appreciate it, ladies. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Of course, join us next week for an all-new Woman to Woman.